What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another video. The world has changed, and a lot of you all can feel it. You can see changes in how people treat other people. It seems that the mass majority are disconnected. They seem to be socially unaware and detached. We got to start moving different. We got to adapt. The same rules no longer apply anymore. What used to work 10 years ago, it is not going to work moving into the future. Now, a lot of the changes we see are happening because of global positioning. The momentum has shifted. It seems that those who used to rule with an iron fist are now cracking at the seams. And these changes that we see taking place are social, economic, political, and cultural changes. There's a complete paradigm shift. So we got to move different altogether. Right now, discernment is the top priority. You got to be careful who you bring in your circle. You got to be careful who you trust. You got to make sure the people who are around you have your best interests at heart. It is imperative that you get away from toxic individuals. You also got to be careful how you spend your energy, how you use your energy, and what you feed your energy. You got to keep in mind, whatever you put your energy towards could either build you up or destroy you. And whatever you feed your energy, that's what you're going to reciprocate. So you want to stay away from drama. You want to stay away from gossip. You want to stay away from individuals who are choosing to remain stagnant. You got to be completely no nonsensical out here. Stoic and austere. This is survival of the fittest. And the fittest are those who are connected with the Creator, those who are walking a narrow path, and those who are studious in the Word. You got to move different altogether. And you got to keep in mind that everybody not meant to understand your awakening. Some of you all may be falling out with a lot of people because they're not meant to understand you. And you have to walk that solo path for a season. And you really don't have time to waste. You must also keep in mind that adaptability builds strength. No matter what life throws your way during these changes that are happening, it is designed to critique your character. Life is just a series of events that are designed to teach you. And you got to learn. Get away from people who don't see the good in you. You want to get away from people who only can point out the negative about you, but they can't see the positive. They count your losses, but never your blessings. No, you got to get away from people like that. You got to move different. You can't allow people to get you out of character moving forward. You must understand how important wisdom is. A lot of you all have to meditate on the word. Read the book of Proverbs. Let wisdom bestow you. Let it guide you. Let it nourish you. Read the entire book of Proverbs. Nowadays, you got to take your time and pace yourself when making decisions. Pray to the Almighty. Don't make split decisions. Don't do things under pressure. See, the media, the whole system is geared towards making you operate out of fear to make the wrong decisions. And people are doing the very same. A lot of people who are not going to survive this change and shift are going to be people who are going to operate in fear. People who are going to be coerced because they don't have that strong spiritual foundation. You got to move different. You got to understand that it's very important not to cast your pearls before swine in this time. You got to know when to keep it moving. It should not be constant friction with people who are in your immediate circle. Perhaps you have outgrown them. Now, of course, there's a lot of tangible things we got to do too, as we are moving different. A lot of those things I want to talk about in tonight's stream, because we also got to be in a spirit of preparedness, and I want to talk about how that looks a little bit later on. But when it comes to people, you have to be a person who stands firm on your convictions. You have to have a strong stance. And some of you all are going to just have to cut certain individuals off so they don't muddy the waters, so they don't convolute your judgment. It's important more than ever to focus. There's a lot of Satan's minions that are out there that would like to get you brothers and sisters going backwards. You got to keep that in mind. Satan hates progression. He hates progress. He hates you to have motion. So you got to cut a lot of people off who seem to be a hindrance to you. The world is changing. The way you used to treat people 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you can't treat people that way anymore. Everybody's looking to gain leverage. Everybody's looking to take advantage. Desperation has kicked in this society. People are inheriting the dog-eat-dog philosophy. When you look at what's going on in society, it is designed to make people self-centered. It is designed to make people, I would call it entitled. And you don't have no time for that. Brothers and sisters, how many of y'all can just see the shift? Y'all can sense the change that's going on. It's like a changing of the tides. And for some of you all, it can be a bit overwhelming because you can't quite word it for what it is, but it's really prophecy being fulfilled. It's really another simulation in the matrix that is designed to get you on the right track. But you got to move different. You can't be that person that's always extending a helping hand even when it hurts you. And if you're one of those people who find yourself, helping others and it harming yourself, you got to stop that. Because people are getting into survival mode now. And just like a lot of the movies that we see, when things get real and austerity measures are really there, you know that it ain't too many people you can trust. And you got to make sure you got the oil in your lampstand so you can navigate. That is extremely important. So you got to move different with people. You got to cut people off who really are not really supportive of you. You know, if you find yourself around individuals who always projecting something negative on you, when you have plans, they're always pricking and prodding at your plans and trying to, discourage you and plant seeds of doubt. Oh no, you got to cut them off. You have no time or room to be around negativity. It is extremely important to get away from that. So, in this day and age, brothers and sisters, we got to move different. The world has changed. Things aren't the same anymore. Even with what you have planned in life, they spent $500 billion on AI. Some of you all might want to go ahead and go to computer science school or become an engineer for a robot, but you don't want to go to the military. So, as we're moving different, common sense kicks in and you want to prepare and be strategic. It's time to be strategic and very intentional with everything you do. It is a time like never before, but we was built for this. I mean, we was built for this. But, I want to say one love to y'all. I want everybody to like the material and talk to me down in the comment section if you can see the change and you can see that how things used to be, it just doesn't work no more. It ain't no use of beating that dead horse, trying to reminisce on how things were when we know we must adapt. Because sometimes we find ourselves caught up in nostalgia. We get caught up in nostalgia thinking about how things was 10, 20, 30 years ago. And the truth is, time has changed. And talk to me down in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe, support the work at newbreedglobaltruth.com, as well as hebrewcare.com. Get all your natural products. One love to y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.